100 naira. That's the
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Today being the 3rd of March 2023. We'll be discussing about recent news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
Hi, I'm Adeni Adiola. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
All right, let's take a look at the headlines for the day. Atiku Obi begin legal battle, rejects Tinubu'S victory. I won 2023 presidential election. That is coming from the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. On March 11 governorship election, adhere to Constitution, Electoral Act, Senate tells INEC. On election results, Tinubu'S victory divides celebrities. Labour Party vote in Lagos, Plateau State was reduced. That is coming from Aisha Yusuf. Why Peter Obi dumped PDP, Atiku. Autopsy confirms Chrisland pupil electrocuted Lagos mother. Let's take a look at the details.
Atiku Obi begin legal battle, rejects Tinubu'S victory. The People's Democratic Party and its presidential candidates in the 2020 of Labour Party have rejected the declaration of the candidates of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as winner of last week's polls. Atiku addressed his first media briefing after the polls in Abuja on Thursday described the process leading up to the declaration of Tinubu as winner and president-elect by the INEC as flawed. He explained that he was addressing Nigerians with a heart full of sadness because what transpired under the current INEC leadership fell short of the minimum standard of elections anywhere in the world. Atiku went down memory lane to trace Nigeria's democratic journey from the battle to end military dictatorship to the birth of the Fourth Republic in 1999.
Yeah, I think this election is one of chieftain said yesterday. Sorry, okay, yes, a particular episode chieftain said yesterday that this election was like free and fair, one of the best election, and I kind of agree with him. I said it is one of the free and fair election, but not as free and fair unlike the other elections in the past, which makes it one of the worst elections that I've ever seen. Because we had the highest turnout when it comes to voter registration. We had about 94 million voters that registered for this election, eligible voters. But INEC has come out to say that out of the 94 million, only 25 million came out to vote. How possible is that? When Okonjo-Iweala herself came out to say that she has never ever seen this turnout before since she has been voting. So that's one aspect of it. Then INEC boycotting the Constitution and the Electoral Act. They left the beavers and the RF and they started using normal collation, just a manual collation. So that is another thing entirely. And also Obi and Atiku heading to the court. Well, he said yesterday in his press conference that, he's obedient and they call him obedient. So he would obey them by going to the court instead of going to the street to protest. So it is only better, it's only okay for him to go to the court. And they might think Obi is a kind of wise man because so many people would expect him to at least like flare up and say that he will protest and the likes, but just found a way to control his supporters and even just make Nigerians calm.
So there won't be violence.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
there won't be violence and they will just like go to the court. People have gone to the polling unit for him. So now I think it is for the people as well. And I think I to some extent, I think because Peter Obi is not so new to tribunals, because it took him 3 years to reclaim his stolen mandate in Anambra State. So I think for this presidential election, I can see him reclaiming the mandate because it is not new to him. The challenge there, he has experienced it before. Though
he said he has the tribunal has always been in his favor.
In his favor,
Always, well,
I think this one is a bigger challenge for him.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking at. Like,
him.
it's a bigger challenge. It's different from the one he has been going for. So I don't think. See, the people in this tribunal, they will also be the people like, I don't know. They are the people of these people.
Yeah.
If you have to say the truth, they will always work in favor of these people. So I don't think this particular tribunal is going to be in favor of Peter Obi.
Well, I'm not losing hope. I can see him reclaim. See, justice can be delayed, but for this one, I don't think it can be denied. I think it might be delayed. It might take him a year or 2 or even 3 years as well to reclaim the stolen mandate. But the Peter Obi I know would never give up. I've actually read the book about him. Nearby, you know, Peter Obi is this gentleman. You looking very simple, but he doesn't just give up like that. Especially when he knows that this thing, it has been rigged against me. He likes to, you know, fight for justice or something. So I think even the part, if he actually reclaim his stolen mandate, it will be easier for him to rule. Why? Because he would have won the judiciary system. And I think the judiciary system, so far so good, is even, you know, it's just as good as, you know, our police force and the likes. You can just place them side by side when it comes to service delivery to the people. They know the law, but they know nothing about justice. Because we have not been getting justice in numerous cases in Nigeria now. So if he comes in through the court, that means he would have washed the courts like that. And by the time, and I think for this presidential election, in Anambra State then, he would have had minimum number of people behind him. But now he has like a large population behind him. Then he has very good lawyers beside him, like Dele Farotimi and co. The likes of Femi Falana. They will surely be there with him, and to some extent, those lawyers, because they are fighting for the interests of Nigerians, they wouldn't really ask him to pay. Like, Peter, we go and bring money before I would fight for this case. They would do it willingly from their mind. And there are evidences out there. Even many people are still pouring evidences. Yesterday,
INEC are blocking Nigerians.
Exactly. So even that is an evidence on its own. How can INEC be blocking Nigerians? One, how can they now start deleting what they have tweeted before about INEC, about BVAS and IREV?
Exactly.
But unknowingly to them, a particular guy, I saw the post on Twitter yesterday, a particular guy has screenshotted everything, all of their posts. I think from the beginning of this year, he screenshotted everything. He now sent it to, I think, Labour Party or something. He tagged them on those posts, like before INEC will start deleting all their tweets where they said they will use IREV and BVAS. Yeah, I've screenshotted it already. So the people are ahead of them.
Yeah. There
are facts and figures out there. There is evidence. So I believe when there is evidence, when there is something to prove beyond reasonable doubt, even the judge will be scared to rule against you because he knows that the Nigerians will just clamp down on him. So I believe that he can really take it back. That's what I just believe about him. I don't see him outrightly giving up. Although PDP is trying to like woo him back, Tinubu has set up a kind of committee.
Who are they? We are not doing. We are not doing.
Tinubu has set up a kind of committee to reconcile. I don't know. When we talk about reconciliation, it's when you are aggrieved with someone or you have a rift with the person. That's when you say you reconcile. Because if you have won on a plain ground, there's no need for reconciliation now. In fact, nobody would come outside. And it's only the APC that is saying that this election is free and fair. All other parties have disagreed.
Even Nigerians are disagreeing. Even the president-elect himself said he knows that majority of Nigerians did not vote for him.
So even by that statement alone, by you coming out to say that means lesser amount of Nigerians voted for you. So how did you emerge as the winner? I think INEC would be doing a lot of court proceedings a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
INEC is in this already, and this forthcoming governorship election, there will be so much light on INEC. Yeah. Because if they do the same thing as well, I just forget it. I don't know what would happen, but I think the people are angry already, but they would get more angry. The anger would, they might even flare up if the same thing repeats itself for the governorship election. I know the governorship election is even tougher than the presidential election, because presidential election, even if you don't win in your zone, just like APC lost Lagos State, you can still win in other places. You can permutate very well. But governorship is just once and for all. It is your state. Once you lose it, you're gone. So I think there will be more challenge on it. And if INEC actually go in line with their electoral act, oh my goodness. I think so many states that have really believed that there is a structure, they have everything. I think they would really, have a big price to pay.
Oh my God, we have some comments here. Push Mom said, good morning to us all.
Good morning,
Push Mom.
Good
Really
morning. How was your night?
Obi said, free and fair. Oga, speak for yourself. I don't know what I was talking about.
Okay.
Mr. King Joe said, good morning to you all. Good morning, Mr. King Joe.
And I think it was talking about what I said, like the APC chieftain who said it was free and fair. And I said, if I would agree with him, I would say it was free and fair, but not like the ones in the past. Like combine all the elections in the past together, like the most corrupt one. This one is not even up to that standard at all. So it's a far cry, which means automatically that it is nowhere near free and fair. That's just an irony that I used there, dude.
Okay. I won 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party has declared that he actually won the 2023 presidential election. According to him, he was robbed of his mandate, which he can only retrieve in a court of law. Obi said it during his first media briefing after Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections. He said, "We explore all legal options to retrieve our mandate. We won the election. I am fully committed to a better future for the country. That for the election on Saturday, go out there and vote. I will be part of it, I assure you."
Yeah.
Funny enough, how Nigerians are addressing Peter Obi as the president.
Well, when even if you look at the atmosphere, nobody is really celebrating. There is no joy outside. Like, oh, wow, no jubilation. Everyone just continue their life on the low key.
It's just the people that are closer to him.
Yes. So they're really celebrated.
So,
well, he has said it that he won the election. He has the evidences with him. If he doesn't have the evidence, he wouldn't come out to say he has won the election. Because Aisha Yusuf said yesterday that in Lagos State alone, APC didn't have up to that amount. That they actually, is an allegation for now, since they are yet to go to the court and tender the evidences. It's an allegation. She claimed that APC didn't get up to 200,000 votes in Lagos State. That they cut Labour Party's vote. That Labour Party had up to like 900 and something thousand. That they had to cut their vote, give APC. So just to close the gap up. So it won't be like total humiliation or something like that. And also in places like Plateau State, Edo State, and the likes, someone made an analysis yesterday that you can't win Edo State and Delta State, then lose River State, because three of them, they are like in the same zone. So how can you say he won Edo State, he won Rivers, he won Delta, and lost Rivers? It is not possible.
it's not possible.
And he did some findings as well, like there is no way that the Labour Party wouldn't get 25% in Ogun State. It's not possible. So different analyses, many people have now turned to political analysis now. Before, the youth, normally, we are not always interested in politics. We are always like, okay, my votes wouldn't count. It doesn't matter. They've done this election even before the election day. But right now, people are really involved. Those that were not involved before, that just, like to watch football, and do stuffs, they are now so very active, and they are even monitoring everything from, step by step and the likes. So, as he has said that he believes that he has won the election, he has started the legal battle already. And for me personally, if he has done it before, I think now is a bigger challenge, but he can as well do it again.
Okay, we have some comments here. Push Mom said, INEC thought we Nigerians are fools. They called us lazy youth, killed our destiny, and did all manner of worse things to us. And they think we fold our hands and watch them. Mboka said, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Good morning,
Bonjour,
bonjour,
Mr.
monsieur.
Mboka.
Okay,
I can't speak French.
on to the next one. March 11 adhered to Constitution Electoral Act, Senate tells INEC. Ahead of the March 11, 2020 governorship and state houses of assembly elections, the Senate yesterday asked the INEC to adhere strictly to the 1999 Constitution as amended and the Electoral Act 2022 in the conduct of the poll. Speaking yesterday in Abuja before the Senate adjourned till March 14, the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawan, urged the electoral umpire to consider all issues raised by the public during the just concluded presidential and National Assembly election in order to have smooth conduct of the elections. The adjournment was to enable senators to participate in the campaigns and elections.
Well, as I've said earlier, that this governorship election, there would be so much focus. Let me just bring it down to Lagos State alone. there will be so much focus on the governorship election, because right now the Labour Party has the numbers. I can't even put PDP in the picture at all. I think in Lagos State here it's just APC versus Labour Party majorly in Lagos State, because if you look at the numbers that PDP polled for the presidential election, is even nothing to write home about. So Labour Party and APC, and then I've seen something so far during the during the debate and the likes, during the presidential election, during the campaign season. Sanwo-Olu didn't campaign. I think he was overconfident. He thought he would be able to tap into Tinubu'S. He will use Tinubu'S structure to actually win, and the APC structure, believing that Lagos State from inception, from 1999, it has been owned and controlled by the APC. He felt too reluctant. Even while they called him for a town hall meeting, didn't go. It's only Gbadebo Revival, the Labour Party governorship candidate, and Jando that went there. I think he went there before, then he pulled out later. And when he posts stuff on his Twitter page, he usually lock his comment section before now. But after the presidential election, I saw it yesterday and day before yesterday, he has opened his comment section. The people were now faulting him like, okay, so it is now that you decide that so the people are important. You that open your mouth and say that social media, like the youth are just social media and votes. There is no polling unit in on social media. Now you have come to the same people to solicit for support. No, we are not voting for you. And people were now bombarding him with questions like, who ordered the Lekki shooting?
Chai.
That particular question, who ordered it? I think he would have to really answer that question. He would have to, either by hook or by crook, he would have to win this election. Because if he does not win this election, which the youth are actually, very adamant on rooting him out. Even just because of that act of inhumanity. Even while you are being interviewed by CNN, he said nobody died.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Said, yeah.
Later, I now said it was powers beyond his control that did that stuff. So even Adibin even went for the campaigns, he would be asked that who ordered the Lekki shooting, who brought in soldiers. I think he would have had an opportunity to clarify some things to the people, even if you have to give them half-truth. You don't need to lie 100%, even if it is half-truth, like the power was beyond my control. I don't control everywhere. And it's NSAS protest was not only in Lagos State, it was all over the state of the federation. So even if you come out and tell the people something, just give them information. But he has neglected the people, and now you want them to vote for you. And there is one kind of conspiracy, or would I say propaganda, against the Labour Party governorship candidate that is not a Yoruba guy. But looking at it, he posted the stuff on Twitter yesterday, where his father was among those that were ruling Lagos, even I think as early as about 1920, 1930. They've been in the government for so long, until the advent of I think Lateef Jakonde and like Bola Tinubu and the likes. So he's not really fluent when it comes to Yoruba language speaking. So they are using that thing against him, one, then they are saying it's Igbo. But looking at it, his father is Yoruba, his mother is Igbo. His grandfather was Yoruba, his grandmother was Igbo. So there's something like there's intermarriage in their family. Now look at it, the same thing is happening now to Seyi Tinubu. His wife is from the southeast. So let's say in the next maybe 30, 40, 50 years, his Tinubu's grandson, which is Seyi Tinubu's son, wants to be the governor. Will they still paint the same image that, okay, he's partly Igbo, partly Yoruba? So that's the card they are trying to play against the Labour Party governorship candidate now. But the people are still undeterred.
They are undeterred, really.
So in Lagos, for Lagos State governorship election now, I think it's just, nobody can even predict the winner. But many people are predicting that Vival will defeat Sanwo-Olu.
Well, I can't really predict this governorship election. Do you know why? Because with the way that of presidential election went, the results went, someone might end up winning the election. How? It might end up with the way the presidential election went, with the way the results was.
The presidential election, sorry to cut you short, it went on in a what was it called? In a not so good manner, because it was obviously rigged. The presidential candidate said, the president-elect said majority of the people did not vote for him. So it means the minority of the people voted for you. You see, that word alone, you've indicted yourself. And now look at Lagos. There are so many claims out there that Labour Party got up to 900,000 votes in Lagos State. And the APC didn't get up to 200,000 votes. So if the same thing replicates itself, now all those people that actually traveled out of Lagos to vote, if they now come back, the number would even, it might even double. So Labour Party, I think they are now having a very strong, they said they didn't have structure before. Now they are now having a very strong structure whereby I think
social media structure.
Exactly. Now they would never underestimate the power of social media. There's one thing I learned from this election, that now the voices of the youth have been heard, and it has been heard loud and clear. If the election was free and fair, like Beavers was used 100% and IRF, forget it. Forget it. I can tell you that Peter Obi would have nothing less than about 9 million votes to even 10 million votes. But we say it's just as it is, because with the way that people came out, and INEC is still claiming that this election had the lowest turnout in Nigeria's history with 25 million votes. So everything is just contradicting itself. But in Lagos here though, I think the prediction now is like 70-30 to 60-40, that Viva would be having 60%, Sanwo-Olu 40%. But the powers that be in Lagos State are still there. So we can't say, and now the president-elect, is still the controller of Lagos State as well. So maybe there might be a use of, federal might or something like that. But if it is free and fair, if INEC uses the Beavers and follows the Electoral Act, well, I can see a victory for Gbadibo.
Okay, we have some comments here. Rich Mom said, okay, sorry. Adebayo Azizat said, good morning. Good morning, Miss
Good morning,
Azizat.
good morning, good morning.
Push Mom said, in as much as I support Peter Obi, there was no election in Nigeria on 25th of February 2023. So they should rerun. But if INEC insists that was election, that means Mr. Peter Obi won. King Joe said, you are speaking well, my brother. You are 100% right. Iyobosa said, Tinubu looking for our youth problems. Oh, INEC should do the right thing now. Mboka said, my people be good to follow President Jonathan, example of democracy, concede.
Wait, you said what?
He said, be good to follow President Jonathan. I don't know.
Example of democracy,
concede.
Like President Jonathan considered defeat. Okay.
Pushpam said, I believe you guys will vote 11/3/2023 if the governor of Lagos State wins the election come 11th of March. It simply means that all Lagosians are part of the crime the governor committed against us. Mboka said, peace for Nigeria from Congo, DRC. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. D.A. Osadolo said, watching from Milan, Italy.
Mr. Mboka, thank you very much. You can tell somebody that Flip TV drops amazing content, so you can continue watching as well. Okay, still on the Gbadibo and Sanwo-Olu issue. Well, Lagosians are really angry, even despite the fact that Sanwo-Olu did some infrastructural project. But that's crime against humanity on October 20, 2020. I think it will really play a major role in deciding who will be the next governor of Lagos State, because the Labour Party governorship candidate was actually there with the people in the protest ground, and I think that is what the people are now using for Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. Even during the protest, Seyi Makinde sent soldiers there to protect the people. He was there with them at some point, so it didn't really turn violent or something like that. He didn't go there to challenge them or say they should leave the street, because he knew what they were feeling. He was there with them, talk to them and the likes. But here it was a show of force. It was a show of force. We saw whereby police officers were using hot water cannon or something against the people. They tried so many things, agberu, thugs, to intimidate the crowd. Even they were being ferried with lag bus. We saw it here. It's on video. It's on picture. We have the pictures on social media in Alausa here. But the people had to just gather the courage and chase these people back. They used the police force, used everything until they started using the military force. So I think it will really be a major part. If Sanwo-Olu, before the election day, if we can give the explanation of who brought in the soldiers,
who ordered the shooting,
who removed the lights, who removed the cameras there that day. If we can answer these questions.
Who removed the camera and then Fasholana found it?
Who removed the CCTV cameras?
God,
Who removed them?
very...
I think if you can answer this one, Lagosians are peaceful people. They would forgive him and vote for him.
Okay, the next one, Tinubu's victory divides celebrities. Following the emergence of the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect, Nigerians, especially celebrities, have reacted differently. Reacting after the INEC declaration, a famous musician who was the first celebrity to endorse Peter Obi, Peter Okoye, known as Mr. P, in a tweet said, "Dear H.E. Peter Obi, your mandate can only be delayed, but cannot be denied. Thank you, Nigerians." Veteran Nollywood actor Joke Silva, in a post shared on Twitter, wrote, "Congratulations, Nigeria. We live in a country where we are able to vote despite the myriad challenges we face. We have a new president-elect." Popular Nigerian singer Simi, in a series of tweets on Wednesday, said, "The power of choice is the power to decide, and then you decide wrong, it is the power to change your mind."
Yeah, Peter Obi said something yesterday. He said, for you to be called Your Excellency, that means the way by which you attain that power must be excellent.
Yeah.
And majority of the people can agree, all other party except APC can agree that the way our president-elect has gotten the power is not excellent.
It's not excellent at all.
It's not excellent. The INEC chairman was just rushing to declare him as the winner. He was really rushing. We could see it that even during the national coalition and the likes, other parties really objected his motion that you cannot disobey the electoral act that you did by yourself after reassuring Nigerians. So you need to stop this thing and let us find the solution to it. But he continued that if they are not pleased with it, they should go to the court. I think it will really be a long one.
A long one.
A long one. It will be against a lot of people, against Nigerians for that matter. So our celebrities are actually, divided when it comes to this thing. But normally, aside politics now, let's be truthful with ourselves. There is anybody can come out and say anything. It might be due to the fact that they feel indebted in this person. They might feel indebted because maybe he has helped them in one way or the other, maybe financially or something. So they feel there are many people out there that they were not really coerced into endorsing or supporting a particular candidate. But maybe, let's say candidate XYZ used to give you money and the likes, has been supporting your family. It now comes to a time whereby you need to, during election period, even if he doesn't tell you to vote for him, you just feel this urge that you feel indebted in the person. Like, if I don't vote for him, if my family doesn't vote for him, it will be as if we don't appreciate the good. Exactly. Like all those favors would stop. Like it will stop. So some of them feel indebted. It's not as if they don't know the truth.
Of course they do know
They know the truth, but they can't say it because they are indebted already. And it's just like they have this, just like I really commend Iyabo Ojo for what she came out to say. She went live on Instagram and she said the APC presidential candidate, the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is a very good man, excellent leader. He's a godfather to so many people and he has done so many things for them in their industry. Like he helped, what's it called? A particular Nollywood actress when she died abroad then, so she was being flown back. He actually gave them some stuffs. But he said those people that he helped, they should vote for him back. You can't repay someone with over 200 million people. If he has helped you, go and, if you feel indebted in him, it's not as if he has helped you and is asking for his help back, like in return. He has helped you and you feel indebted in him, go and help him back. This is the fact. He said you cannot vote for him. Why? Because of the health issues. She doesn't think Tinubu would be able to overcome Nigeria's challenge, considering the health issues that he's having now. So she has a big reason why she's not supporting him. She's not against him because, maybe conspiracy or propaganda or Yoruba or he doesn't like him. No. She said he likes him as a person, but she can't support him because of the health issue. I think that's why many people are not supporting as well. But majority of those that are supporting now, would they, let's say you own a company and someone like Peter Obi, you have to interview 3 people. Like 3 of you come for the interview. Now, the first person came, the second person came, the third person didn't come for interview. No, but that's the first red flag. Let's say you now forgive him for not coming for interview. Now later hosted maybe another kind of interview. Then he came for the interview, then he's saying something different from the question you're asking. Would you still employ this person? Many people are not being true with themselves. Let's forget about political affiliations now or tribal or something. Let's think of Nigeria at large. A particular country, I think Australia or something, they dropped a release yesterday. They didn't say Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has been elected as Nigeria's president. They said a former drug lord. Nigeria has elected a former drug lord as his president. So you can see, and Kenya has been dragging us since yesterday. They started posting these pictures, like you can see, we have Ancient of Days in our own country, fine. But Nigeria is having Rock of Ages. So they are already dragging us. So you can imagine that kind of image. Our image out there is already tattered. It has already been battered. And now, I think it's just, I don't even have the word to even qualify it anymore.
We have some comments here. Push Mama says, so because the mother is from the east, that means he is not a Yoruba. What of someone we don't know in his family background that contest election?
I also be lying.
44 Fato said, good morning, NJI Franklin from Morocco. Thank
you very much.
Mr. King just said, we are voting LP governorship candidates this time around. Okay. On-time delivery said this year's 2023 election would have been the best conducted election so far. Had it been the INEC followed due process, LP got more than 50% in all 36 votes, including FCT.
Exactly.
Push Mom said, did he build heaven on earth? Can he create a human being? Can he give life to He said to hell with him and whatsoever he builds, all of us are equal. I pray that he loses and as well River States, Abia, PDP loses as well. Push Mom again, he said, then we see the amount of money they stole. I told my people that anytime that I want to wed, I will invite the motherless people because I won't expect them to pay me back.
Wow. The motherless people? That means you'll be inviting me too.
Please. Me, I'm fatherless.
I'm fatherless. No, you didn't say fatherless.
No, I'm fatherless.
Don't worry, when he wants to do naming ceremony, maybe we invite the fatherless people.
Oh my God. All right, on to the next one. LP votes in Lagos State's play 2 was reduced. Aisha Yusufu. Staunch loyalist of the Labour Party, Aisha Yusufu has declared that the Labour Party's votes in the recently concluded presidential election was deducted by INEC in states like Lagos State, Plateau, Benue, and Edo and others. She made the statements while featuring on the channel's TV program.
Yeah, I think we have a video for that. You can put out the video. Let's see. Are you on it? Okay. Thank you for giving credence to us.
Let's talk about the issue of Lagos State. Where former Governor Adams Oshiomhole said, and I'm so surprised that you sat down there and you allowed yourself to be rigged out of your own program. At one time, I was wondering, are you having an interview with only one person or two people? You wanted to leave several times, but they kept you there. But let me come to, first of all, let's talk about the issue of Lagos State, where he said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost Lagos State. That's the power of 4 people tweeting in a room. And what we are saying, even the Lagos State was rigged. The numbers that the APC got was much lower than what we finally have. And one of the things that we are talking about is that a lot of polling units results were changed. And I think one of the things that they forgot was the fact that there is going to be an IRF where polling units by polling units results were going to be uploaded. It's not what they normally have, where they collate and just have everything in log. And so people can see. And a lot of people have been coming out to say that, look, what they have, they sat down, and one of the things that the law requires, not just the polling unit agent, by the way, the polling unit agents are not the one who actually upload. And so is that everyone was allowed to take a picture of the ECO8 form itself. And so people have that. And our agents also have that. Lagos State, we have all the polling unit results, and we know we got way almost double of what was given. And it's so surprising how former Governor Adams Oshomole, we talked about treason, and Obasanjo, accused him of treason, and then that he rigged him out and that he killed many people. And that is unfortunate that he is turning out to be the Obasanjo that used to be. And it took the people of Edo State telling him that Edo no be Lagos. We know they accept that kind of thing. To not allow him, do the same thing. And even up to this time, that is what we have. The pain of defeat that he talked about, well, they might think about pain of defeat. We don't have issues with defeat. If defeat is done in a fair process, in a process that is not corrupt, and in an election, the way that is free, fair, and credible. What we have today is impunity, corruption, and lack of intelligence. Because you have a lot of, and Shewa, I see you raising your hand. Please don't raise your hand on me. You allowed somebody to rig you and spend so much time talking. So please allow me. Thank you. We first saw a situation where unintelligently there were cancellation, mutilation of polling unit results that have been uploaded. We've seen situation where a polling unit result from another state will be taken to a polling unit result in another state. I think there's one from the one of Jigawa. You find it in Imo, in several different places. And we have said the places that we have won are Plateau State. We won. And with our own records, we got over 1 million votes. But what do we have? That was drastically reduced. In the places where in Lagos State, APC did not get 25%. Did not get that. And in a whole lot of other states, the same thing. What we have is this continuous rigging going on ahead and ahead to reduce our people's number. But at the end of the day, and I'll say, what we need, let's all have the polling unit results. We'll all go to the courts and the forensic this thing as well. And one of the things that I will state here categorically, Nigerians have never faced the judiciary. We've always taken our protest to the legislative arm of government and also the executive arm of government. This time, the people of Nigeria are going to face the judiciary. We all are going to be witnesses. We are going to come with our polling unit. I have my own polling unit. I have the picture of my own polling unit. I've not even had time to go to IRS yet because I'm so upset with the whole process that had gone on. But you know what? We will go there, and every one of us, we're going to check and confirm, and they should bring those papers. Let us see. This is the time for us. The Nigerian judiciary, the Supreme Court of Nigeria should know that the Kenyan Supreme Court, they don't have two heads. It is one head they have. And that's what the judicial rascality that we have seen again and again and again in this country, where it seems that the judiciary is no longer the last a paying place for those with the money. It needs to stop. Nigeria must come first, and the people's mandate must be given to the person that won the election. What we have right now is that an INEC mandate has. And I think the thing is that Nigerians are waiting, Nigerians are paid. And for everyone, you must see that the people who claim they have won, they're not really rejoicing. And you ask yourself why? Because they know they did a shoddy job, and the evidence they are there. They stole the people's mandate, and the evidences are there. Can easily be found out, and that's what we are having right now.
All right, so we've seen the video where Aisha Yusuf really dropped it out to both Shehu Akinbaloye and what's it called, Adams Oshomole. So she was really angry that why would INEC really cut down the Labour Party numbers? Because even me, I don't understand it. And looking at it as well, the election was far from being free and fair. Mm-hmm. It was far. And then right now, I think INEC would, at the end of the day, I think they might get humiliated a lot. They might get humiliated, and Mahmoud Yakubu might go down as the worst INEC chairman in history of Nigeria. Now, because if they get to the court, the INEC would first of all put down their results, forgetting that the polling unit agents, before the election started, the polling unit agents were allowed to take a picture of the result. Now, the Labour Party agents, they have the pictures of this result in different polling units. They will now ask INEC, you are the umpire, first of all bring out your result. And if it doesn't tally with the one they have, then the INEC result would be nullified. It will be nullified automatically. So if they now start doing it in all the states like that, at the end of the day, even INEC wouldn't even have anything to defend itself at all. Because first of all, you dropped the video whereby you reassured Nigerians that you would be using the INEC, the Beavers and IREV. You didn't use it. And the people even said no, that they don't believe you. There are some plans there are some rumors that you would not use it. And they even went further to drop a press release. And now they've started deleting stuffs away from their Twitter page. They've started blocking people. So all these things is like, to make people suspect you already. You are a prime suspect. You are the one in between. You are the umpire now. The Labour Party and all other parties will be taking INEC to the court now. But I think some parties might feel discouraged. They might want to back out of the contest. Or if they are being, if they collect the brown envelope, if they are being presented with brown envelope, maybe by, by some people in government as well, that they should forget about the case.
Or with public offices, probably.
I don't know. Maybe with, appointment, contract, or public offices. But I don't think Labour Party would be bought over. I don't think so.
No.
It's not even possible because
they cannot buy that
it is a party of majority of the Nigerian youth,
exactly.
of Nigerian youth and Nigerians as well, just cutting beyond the Nigerian youth. So I think here, the court case has started already. Yeah. So we'll see where it will
We have
end.
some comments here. Praise Anthony said, God have mercy on Nigeria. Yeah. On-time delivery said, Flip TV is the best. Thank you. I love you guys, especially the young man. So you don't love me. It's fine, Sha. Justin Anele said, Tinubu'S victory is temporary. The owner of the mandate is told is coming. Okute is coming. Okay. Bush Mom said, Aisha Yusufu has stood out among these criminals called activists. I pray that she won't be like those in the PDAPC, which has contributed to our problems. I have said it before now, Nigerians should sue INEC.
Exactly.
Mr. Ajakaye said LP votes were reduced in Lagos State and Plateau. PDP votes were reduced all over the north.
Hi.
Ogona Donald said, we don't have the law here in Nigeria. Push Mom again said, because they have taken us for granted, I just said it, please, if Mr. Obi regains his mandate, he should appoint Shore as an EFCC as an EFCC chairman. I really need all those criminals to go in for their crime. Udeze Chima, welcome to the show. We've been expecting you. I don't see how Tinubu will survive this. INEC is uploading the real results now.
You see, INEC is not even uploading any real results. Why? Do you know why? Because this is why I would say they are not uploading the real results, the actual results. How can they get the ones that the Labour Party agents have with them? And that one is the original result that they have. So if they are uploading result now, you will need a mathematician to be able to get the actual figure. Because for you to be able to balance the equation, they would add all the votes together, both the APC, PDP, Labour Party, Zenith Labour Party, NNPP and the likes of a particular polling unit. Everything plus the voided votes, everything must give you the accredited number. If it is more than the accredited number of voters, then it is nullified. So you will need a mathematician, a very good one at that, to be able to do all that in all the polling units. Because I think even if it takes Labour Party 2 to 3 years, they will keep on fighting to get back this mandate. So I think that's just it.
Okay, on the next one, why Peter Obi dumped PDP Atiku? The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar on Thursday shared an insight into why his Labour Party counterpart Peter Obi dumped the main opposition party during the build-up to the party's presidential primary election in 2022. Atiku addressed a press conference on the outcome of last Saturday's presidential election in Abuja, claimed Obi left PDP because he was afraid of the demands of PDP governors. Speaking in Abuja on Thursday, Atiku said Obi dumped the party because he was in a rush. He said, I think Peter was in a rush when the campaign started, and our PDP governor sat down and said they must produce the presidential and vice presidential candidates, the chief of staff among themselves. Peter Obi got scared and left.
I think Atiku in this case is trying to be the victor. He's trying to paint himself as the saint, like he was not the one who caused it or something like that. Because Wike in the past, they said according to the PDP constitution, it is there that you have to zone it now to the south. Because in the previous election, he was the presidential candidate of PDP and he didn't win. And now it is time of the South. That was why Wike really tried to, get the ticket, thinking that they would seal the ticket to him. They would zone it to the South, but they zoned it back to the North. And we all saw it. There are videos and pictures where delegates were being bought, not in naira, in dollars. And Peter Obi has said, he has always said that he does not have any peanut or shishi to give anybody.
Yeah.
Like, why would I have to buy my way into power, into office that I want to go and serve the people? I think for a normal thinking Nigerian, it is just, it will really mess with your brain. Because you feel like, why do I need to bribe you to get into office when I'm going there to serve the people? Even they are the ones that are supposed to, they are the ones that are supposed to be, giving me money to assist my campaign. You can even donate for me to print posters and the likes. I'm not going there for myself. I'm going there for you guys. It's just like a manager managing the resources of Nigeria. How much are they collecting there? How much are they collecting that Peter Obi does not have? How much is the president being paid that Buhari or Atiku or Tinubu does not have? So I think it is more or less, it should be more of service to humanity more than the money. And he's saying that Peter Obi, chickened out and ran away to another party. He calculated his chances in PDP, and he saw that so far so good. Atiku has been buying his way into getting the ticket, and he does not have, and it's not as if he does not have the money, but he's not ready to buy it. So when he left, and where would he have gone to? He entered the Labour Party, and the Labour Party was a perfect fit for him. It was just like a match made in heaven, because right now, there is no, they said, what's this verse in the Bible, like, you won't labor in vain or something like that. I think that was what Tinubu said against Peter Obi in Osun State when he went to campaign, like, those ones that are calling themselves labor, they will labor in vain.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. It even went in, it was just like a match made in heaven. So Peter Obi didn't run away from Labour Party due to fear. He calculated what he had. He calculated his chances of getting the ticket. And it was like, okay, these people, they are so very desperate to get this ticket. And it is not about desperacy. If you are truly going there to serve, as you have claimed, you don't need to spend 1 naira. If the delegates want you, if they feel convinced in your ideas, let them vote for you. And if they don't feel convinced, let them vote for anybody who they feel convinced they vote for. I think someone just needs to emerge, a very good person needs to emerge and come and clean up the mess that we've gotten ourselves into. Because now, you don't even need to even print poster or anything. How many posters of Peter Obi did you see? Have you seen outside?
I didn't see any poster.
See, if you are just
saying
okay.
Just Atiku
and
Tinubu.
If you are credible enough, if you have the track record, if you are truthful enough, and the people have seen you in a very good light, you don't need any poster. You would go far. Your name will just keep selling. But when you have to really print posters, get billboard and put yourself in the face of the people, then you are trying to convince the people that you are the candidate that they are supposed to vote for. But when you go close to the people, you've kept a close relationship with the people will campaign on your behalf and not the other way around. You don't need to get, now we have realized that campaign, filling a stadium for campaign is actually different from winning an election.
Yeah.
You would notice that when Labour Party were doing their campaign rally in Lagos State, I think some people took an aerial shot, like an aerial drone shot of Labour Party, and they were like, is this the people that want to win Lagos State? And look at APC's own as well. The stadium was filled to the brim.
So it's not about the crowd.
It's not about the crowd. I've always said this thing. See, your ability to get crowd during your campaign it depends on your capacity to buy the crowd and your willingness to buy the crowd. If Peter Obi wants to fill up a stadium, he knows what to do. He knows that, okay, I would pay all these support groups, maybe, association of Okada riders, association of market people, paper sellers, association of these things. If he pays about 200 association, he will fill up a stadium in just 1 minute. In few minutes, he will fill up a stadium. But that is not what we're talking about. I think now in the subsequent elections that they'll be doing now, it won't be business as usual. Peter Obi has come in, he has really changed the narrative. He has changed the game. He has changed how politics should look like in Nigeria. So far so good. There's this politics of vote buying delegates. In fact, someone like Aisha Yusuf, I think she should even vie for a post in the House, in the House of Senate.
Under Labour Party.
Under Labour Party. I think we need those kind of people, so they don't need to push some nonsensical bills that doesn't make sense. I think Nigerians are going through hard times, and you are pushing water bill. No, water bill.
You want to drink water?
I want to drink water. You see, at times you just
Oh
get
my
angry for no
God.
reason, thinking of Nigeria.
We have some comments here. Akape said, most of the African countries are mocking Nigerians. We know.
For real. I felt bad yesterday. Kenyans were just dragging. Kenyans, please.
I'm still
please.
expecting Ghana to drag us.
See, Nigerians voted right. I don't know how we met ourselves in this thing. Maybe it's what we ordered versus what we got.
Yes,
See,
that's
so
true.
that's what. Please don't drag us again, please.
Okay, we have another comment. President Anthony said, if Peter Obi did not win, I would not go back to Nigeria. Me say I won't leave Nigeria. Okay, Mr. Ajakai said, Ude is a chima, my brother. Tinubu's money is bastard money. That is the problem. It operates like a cartel. Udeze said, the truth remains that both Atiku and other politicians did not expect what they saw from Obi. Obi knew that they have already compromised the ticket to Atiku. Johnson said Buhari government have brought Nigeria to the low point in world history. King Joe said, my brother, that showed that all these APC and PDP crowds are rented crowds.
Rented!
He said, of course, you are very right. We need some people like Aisha Yusufu in our Senate. Push Mom said, even Mr. Peter Obi is not in this election. I wouldn't have ever voted for PDAPC. Rather, I would have voted for Hamza Mustafa.
Hamza Mustafa. Well, I think we need someone like Aisha Yusuf in the house. If we have her like 4 to 5 or 6. Yeah, at least you should be able to challenge those money sectors.
If they bring anything like water, be like, I'm very sure she'll be the first person to talk like that.
Of course, she might say something like, we have about 133 million people in abject poverty and you're talking about water bill. Oh. See, let's have that kind of challenge in the house. Whereby there would be debate. They would see. You don't need to just buy your way into making a bill.
You can't just present a bill and then it will just be accepted.
No. It should go through rigorous processes.
Exactly.
Not because maybe you pay or you refuse to pay and just let the bill flow. No. It should go through intellectual processes. They should be making laws that would benefit Nigerians as a whole, not just themselves. There are some governors, and I think if a good person actually emerges as president of Nigeria, cut down all those nonsense benefits of those senators, all those allowances. Cut them down.
We have a president-elect already.
Yeah.
Which one is if a good president?
Wait first. I'm not saying maybe no. He's yet to be sworn in as the president. President-elect. So our president is still President Muhammadu Buhari. By the time we have a good president being elected as the Nigerian president, that person should cut down all those allowances, and there shouldn't be pensions for. How can you serve for 4 years and be receiving lifetime pension?
I thought they have collected salaries.
When a civil servant will serve for about 30-something years, and you still be owing the person pension. Who is supposed to be receiving pension in out of a civil servant and a public servant? You are a public servant. It should be like NYSC scheme. Whereby we only collected allowances for that moment just to sustain yourself in during the service year. That is what we collected. They didn't give us leave allowance, sick allowance, all these things. Even those people that they are collecting newspaper allowance. You see, when I saw the stuff, these same people are saying that paying the citizens 30,000 naira as minimum wage will cause inflation, and they are collecting maybe about more than even 30 million per month, and their own is not causing inflation. Some of these governors that we have in Nigeria today, some of our former governors, they are collecting the same allowances that the present governor is collecting. Even while Nigeria was owing, our past head of state, if you know how much they are collecting, billions of naira, billions, past head of state, I think it should just be cut down. Let them come up again with that. Let them amend that law. Don't give them pension. Just pay them off gratuity. Okay, you've done your 4 years. Now you are the former governor of social state. Pay them off. Bye bye. You have a work you were doing before you became a governor. Go back to the business or the work or the job. Go back there. It should be a service to humanity, not the other way around. And they should be subjected to their people. Okay, I saw a particular video of Oni of Ife yesterday where he was talking to the senators. He said, how many of them can go back to their constituency without bodyguard? He asked them, they couldn't answer. How many of you as a senator or as a House of Rep member can go back to your constituency and stay there for 1 week without any bodyguard or soldier? If you cannot go back there, then you are doing it wrongly. if you have really helped the people there, in fact, you don't need anybody to guide you, or you don't need any police officer to come there. You would know that these people are my people. I would feel safe with them. You can even go to anybody's out there and sleep peacefully because you have a clear conscience. But you will notice that once you elect these people there into the House of Senate, they will run to Abuja, start living there. They will forget those people that voted them in and start rigging themselves back into office as many times as possible. A particular person lost his election bid to, I think, Labour Party in the House of Senate now. He has been there for 20 years. That means I was even in primary school when he became a senator. So now that person, now for the 20 years, let's go to the person's constituency and check what he has done there. You will find out that it is zero. Because those people that are in abject poverty now, that are in Northwest and the North East, that are majority, they have representatives in the House. What have those people done for them? Nothing. So I think they should make it a service to humanity, whereby even when you are vying for a post, people will be feeling like, why are you stressing yourself? You are just going there to stress yourself out. So they should remove all those money, cut it down. That is what is motivating them. You should be able to just use if you can use your office very well and maybe, get wealth for yourself, no problem. But diverting people's funds, personal money into your own account, it should be unacceptable. I think by the time Nigeria gets not only a president right, because even if the president is okay, if you have if you have agent of evil in the house, then they will frustrate the president. But if the president emerges and maybe half of the house are good and maybe half of the house is bad, those good ones will outgrow the bad ones, or they would convince them to be good like them, or they will outnumber them. So it's not only voting for a good president, you need to have good people in the house as well to back up the president.
All right, on the last one, autopsy confirms Chrisland pupil electrocuted, Lagos murder. Aggrieved parents of the 12-year-old pupil of Chrisland International School, Whitney Adeniro, who recently died in strange circumstances during the school's inter-house sports activities at the Agege Stadium, Lagos State, have said the result of the autopsy on their daughter revealed that she died of electrocution. Whitney's mother, Blessing, in a live broadcast on Instagram on Wednesday, confirmed the development. She said the autopsy result is out and the seller was electrocuted. My daughter died of electrocution. I have been subjected to trauma for the past 2 weeks. However, the state's police public relations officer, SP Benjamin Idoyin, when contacted to authenticate the claim of the family on the result of the autopsy, said the result of the autopsy was yet to be out.
Yeah, the result of the autopsy is yet to be out officially, but the woman, she has gotten the oral results, the unofficial results, that her daughter died via electrocution. I think the school should actually receive a heavy sanction for lying.
They always lie.
I think they need to be sanctioned heavily.
I think they always like to protect the image of their school, which is very, very wrong.
You can't protect your image by lying, because you will need more light to cover up your lies. It is very honorable to come out in the open and say the truth. Okay, sorry, this child was electrocuted. We tried our best to save your child, but all to no avail. We quickly rushed out to the hospital. There was the ambulance vehicle. We tried using this, we tried using that. The parents would just accept their fate. They will surely get angry at first, rage, the normal emotion will set in. But when they realize that you are not lying to them, they would just accept their fate. But you lied to them, and some students actually said this lady, this young girl, was electrocuted by a particular machine. I think maybe an ice cream machine or maybe popcorn machine or so. And the person who owns the machine, after realizing that a girl has been electrocuted, threw his machine, he ran away. He ran off. So now the school, how can a whole school lie? Someone died and you're lying on the cause of the death of the person. I think she said in her statement that they came to her house, they knelt down and they started begging her. You can't beg someone in that situation. Even if it is me, you can't beg me and I'll listen to you, because you've made me look foolish. How can you tell me, how can someone like that woman now, they lied to her that her child was sick, and she knows that this child was not sick when she left home. How can you tell me that my child is sick? Like she just slumped and died. And her colleagues there were saying that she was electrocuted. I think she stepped on the wire there, then this thing electrocuted and threw her off. So I think they saw her when she landed on the ground and they were like, she slumped, and they had to cover up. And now everything is in the open. I think they need to receive a heavy sanction. If they don't totally scrap the school, maybe they should ban them for like 3 years.
So it's still in the same school that I don't want to talk about the school.
Yeah, they have record. They have the record. The same school.
Record.
Maybe some children engaged in immoral act. Maybe they started videoing themselves or stuff like that. So I think even the parents of those children that are still in this school now, the parents need to take drastic steps. They should even start withdrawing their children from the school, because it could have happened to anybody else. Now imagine those people. I think this woman, when the first one happened, where those children were being caught in immoral acts, some of the parents, we are very religious in Nigeria, but we are not righteous. We are only religious. Yes. We will just say, okay, it won't happen to me. Oh no, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. It has happened to our daughter now. And some will not still be wise to take away their children from that school. They'll feel like, hey, God forbid, Holy Ghost fire.
And this school happens to be one of the most prestigious school in Lagos State.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it's always happening in all these private, expensive schools.
I think they should receive a heavy sanction now. How can you lie on someone's cause of death when you know there's autopsy? Once you even know that there's autopsy, you don't even need to lie anymore. Now the truth is in the open. Now let's now see if she would get justice, because in a sane society, that school should be under watch. And the normal right-thinking parents now, it could have happened to your child, and they lied. So if they can lie to that, if it happened to your child, they would lie. So now everybody should just withdraw their children away from that school, and the government should really flag that school down. If they don't sanction them for suspend them for about 2 to 3 years, so by the time they come back, they would know the benefits. They will be able to appreciate human life. Okay. Because that means they didn't give a word to her life. They were just like, she has died, she slumped, and making the woman to look foolish.
We have some comments here. Mr. Ojin said, I just tired for our brother and sister from Southeast crying. Richard Ambrose said, make on a talk, now them go vote again, or Tinubu is the president. Which mom said Nigerian senators are among the most paid politicians in the world. It's not a matter of paying them off. Can your boss keep on paying you when you are not working for him?
Now that's what you see.
After 7, they should go.
You can just thank them that, okay, thank you for serving Nigeria since you have served. Though they don't say thank you to coppers. Even when coppers, do extra thing and even do personal projects. They just, okay, we will not give them money, we'll give them an award. Okay, you've done well as a governor, as a president, take award, bye-bye, boom, finish.
Stephen Amadi said, pure gospel, my gentleman and lady. Odeze Chima said, in spite of the insecurities in the southeast, Obi was moving with little or no security and nothing happened to him. That is to show you how people love him. Eugene said, me, I dey talk him, I go talk him again. People no go out vote Obi, na only media power Obi one day use. And media power no work for Nigeria. Why do you think Nigeria banned Twitter from Nigeria? You said again, I don't know, say Southeast people really need this presidency.
Well, I think that one that I said that maybe Twitter power or something, that people didn't come out to vote for.
They came out now.
They came out in their numbers.
They came out
even
massively.
The likes of Okonjo Iweala, Obi, Ezekwesili coming out to say that they have not seen this kind of turnout before in Nigeria's history. Even me, I have not seen it before. Although I've not really, just the last election, 2019, 2015, and 2011 election that I really, witnessed like that. But I saw a series of videos where voters stood in the rain in Edo State. It was raining. They didn't have umbrellas. They were standing in the rain to vote. If someone can stand in the rain to vote for you, no, my brother, it's only God that can say you are not the president.
Damn.
No, it's just that. So, our senators there, how can Nigeria be one of the most, how can Nigeria have most people out of poverty, not in the whole world, not like number 1, but among, Nigeria will surely be in like top 20. Surely. We have many people out of school, millions of children out of school. We have 133 million people in abject poverty. How can a right-thinking country now be among the highest country that is paying its senators? Sorry, how can Nigeria now have the senators that are collecting the highest allowances in the world? It doesn't correlate. That means the money is going to a wrong direction. We need to redirect it. Our senators should be serving the country, not ripping Nigeria off different things. No. They should be serving. They should have to serve their way into being a senator. And the people should even like know them. Now, majority of, if you go to the street now and ask a random person, why are you voting for Lagos Central Senatorial District? They won't even know the name. They don't even know them. So now majority of them are unknown. But people just vote for these people based on party affiliation. Okay, I like APC, I will just vote for APC. Square up. You like PDP, you vote for PDP. You like Labour Party, you just vote for them anyhow. So I think it boils down to the kind of constitution we have. Because if there are no provisions like that in the constitution, then we won't be having all these kind of things. I think it is in the constitution that there will be a certain amount of what's it called? A certain amount of money that will be given to all the head of state. We need to review that part of the constitution. See, stop paying them. You can't tell me that all our head of state don't have money. It's not possible. They have businesses they are running. It's not as if maybe they are jobless or something. They have businesses. They have the money. Why are we still paying someone who left Nigeria's seat of power since 1990 something or 1980? So this generation is now still paying them for saying thank you. What did they do that is spectacular? It's not even as if any one of them were able to fix our electricity. Now imagine from 1960, no government has been able to fix Nigeria's electricity alone. It's not as if they will invent the electricity. It has been invented already, but they failed to fix it. Before APC came into power, Fashola said something that any government who cannot fix electricity in 6 months, they are not serious. Now you can see this is another government and we have another president-elect. And maybe by tomorrow, they will start fixing the electricity. So it's just as if they are just going there to do an organized crime. Organized crime. We have part of Nigeria whereby they have been taken over by bandits, Boko Haram and the likes. When will Nigeria be serious? And these people, their money is not stopping. The federal government is owing ASU, they are owing SANU, they are owing KONWA, owing so many what's it called? So many people in the education sector. But why are our senators not being owed money? Those are our former head of state, former governors. They don't owe. Make themselves president or governor on their own without the will of the people. But I believe that with this Peter Obi and Labour Party coming out to change the game, I think in few years time, the thing will flip.
Yeah.
If someone can now start posting on Twitter soliciting for people's vote after he has said openly that Peter Obi and Labour Party, they are just social media voters. There are no polling units on Twitter, media. And there are no ballot boxes on Twitter. Now he has come out he has even opened his comment section, let people talk and the likes. After he has blocked us for good 7 years, he's now opening it 8 days to the election. Now that is to show that the voices of the people and the social media is truly working. And I think no president or nobody would ever underestimate the power of social media. And even this president we have now would not try to gag up that social media, especially Twitter. They would not try to ban it. Because once they try it, then forget it. That's the end of that government. That's the end. People would vote them out en masse. I just believe that with everything we've discussed, I believe that Peter Obi is not new to tribunal. I believe justice might be delayed, but it can never be denied. So I think we have some comment as well. Let's take a look at the remaining comment.
Tribalism is the root cause of Nigerians' problem. They vote according to tribal lines. Buhari is from Katsina, but is one of the worst states today. Tinubu is not going to make Yorubas millionaires. Everything will stop, but remember, nothing good come easily. Imagine a president coming from a particular state and they are one of the, even the state of the presidential candidate of PDP, Atiku, Adamawa State. If you're ranking all the states of Nigeria, based on their financial prowess and their development, you won't rank Adamawa in top 10. So what is now the essence of the money you have when you didn't really use it to develop your country, your place, not even your constituency? Buhari went to Katsina State a few weeks back. He was stoned. That says a lot about what he has done in Katsina State. As a president, not even your people saying that. Even let's look at our former president.
Many people will say Obasanjo didn't do anything. Even the road that leads to his house from Old Abeokuta Road here, they will tell you that there's nothing to write home about. So it's just as if we are electing leaders there just to go there and, milk the country dry and then start collecting pension forever and ever. And you owe someone who have actually worked for 30 years to 35 years, you owe them their pension, and you work for just 4 years, you want to collect all the whole world. So I just hope that in the coming years, Nigeria would actually elect a good leader who would come in and change the narrative. So thank you all for joining us on the program. Thank you all from Morocco, from Cameroon, from DR Congo, from Italy, from US, from UK, and from Nigeria as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's because of you we are always here. Thank you for always joining us. You can do well to click the like button, smash the like button as well. So keep on dropping your comment. Let's have your comment. You can do well to join Chrisland on the next program by Standards. Till we come your way again tomorrow for the weekend edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Bye for now. I remain Olajide Taufik Olamide. Do have a nice day.
And I remain Adeni.
Bye.
Bye.
100 naira, let's